Hi, I'm Wawa Sensei. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's learn how to add lip sync to our React 3 fiber projects.
Hi, as the 3D version of me just said, we will learn how to enable lip sync on our 3D model. For this tutorial, we will use Ready Player Me avatars, Mixamo Animations, 11 Labs for text-to-speech generation, and Rhubarb library to generate the lip sync instruction from the audio file. But you can replace any of those tools with the one of your choice after understanding the concept of Morph Targets that we will discover together. Let's start by getting the starter pack. Go to my GitHub repository, code and copy. In a terminal, run git clone, the path, and then I will enter a folder name, R3F LipSync tutorial. Once it's done, I open the folder, then open a terminal, run yarn, and yarn dev to start the development server. We can click on the link. We now have the starter project. We have a cube, we can rotate it around, which means it's working. For the avatar, we'll be using Ready Player Me. You can hit login or enter hub if you are connected. I already have an avatar, but I will show you the process to be able to get it. I will do customize look, but it will be create a new avatar. Then you can customize it. I will change the clothes. Let's try this here. Okay, I'll say it's what I want, and I hit enter hub. Now I can see my avatar with the new clothes. There is here a button, download avatar as a GLB file. It's what we want, and we click. Now in our project, in public, create a new folder, name it models, and drag and drop your GLB file here. Okay, now we can stop the development server, run npx gltf jsx, the path to the GLB file, public models, and the GLB file, -o to set the output, it will be source, components, avatar.jsx, and -r to say the root folder, it's public. Now we can start the development server and hide the terminal. We go into source, components, avatar. We have our model loaded here. Me, I prefer to rename the function from model to avatar. Now let's go to our experience. Instead of the cube, which is this mesh, we can try to load our avatar. If we try to look at it, it's completely black and the position of the camera or the avatar is not good. For the lights, let's add environment with the preset sunset. Okay, be careful that it's correctly imported. Then in app, we will move our camera. We want to see the face, let's say 0, 0, and 8. When we reload, we can see our avatar, but it's very far. Let's bring it closer to us. Go to experience. The avatar is here. We will change the position. We will set 0, -3, and 5, and scale it up so it's bigger and we better see the face. It's better, maybe it's a bit too close. Let's expand the field of view. Let's try 42. Okay, now we see a bit more of it. I used AI to generate this background image. We will use it in our scene. The tool I use is LeonardoAI, like my previous tutorial. In public, let's see, create a folder textures, drag and drop it so you have it here. Then in experience, let's have texture is equal to use texture of model textures / YouTube background.jpg. To make it perfectly visible, we'll use the viewport size. Viewport is equal to use 3. State.viewport, perfect. And then we will add a plane, a mesh with a plane geometry. The arguments for the width, we will use viewport width and viewport height. Those parameters, we don't need them. And a mesh basic material should be fine. We'll set the texture as the map. Now if we reload, we can see our character. If we move, we can see it's a background, but we don't plan to move it. So we have our character that we can animate and we have that nice background. Before adding the voice, we want to animate our avatar. We can go to Mixamo, browse animations. You will need to log in, but it's free. And then we will need to upload our character. but it handles only FBX file, not GLB. To convert our model, we go to Blender, create new, A to select everything and hit delete, then File, Import, and GLB, then search for the GLB file, public, models, your GLB file. Then you don't do anything, you don't touch it. File, Export, FBX. Then you can name it My Avatar. You don't need to put it in your project, just in download or anywhere is good. On the right, you will need to change one setting. It's in the transform. You will need to go for forward, you need to put Y forward. And for the up, you can keep Z up. Then it's the default settings, but just look that you have applied, you need your space transform and you don't need apply transform. Export FBX. Now in Mixamo, we can do select character file and use my avatar. Now you should see your avatar without texture, but you don't mind. And you can see it's animated. Hit next. And now when you will try animations on the left, it will preview them on your model. I will choose a default one. So idle. Which one can I take? Idle. Here he's doing nothing. It looks like he's breathing, so it's good. I will download. Format FBX. We will use FBX animation. Skin without skin. We don't want to download the model. We just want the animation information. And hit download. For the introduction, I will use this one, standing greeting. I hit download, again without skin, download. And another one, a funny one, I will search for angry gesture, and download. Without skin again. Of course, it's optional for the lip sync and you can use the one you like. Now in our project into public, we will create a new folder named animations and drag and drop your animation file here. Now let's apply those animation into our avatar. We go to avatar. Here we don't have yet animations because it didn't find some in the model. So let's load the animations from the FBX file. So const animations equal use FBX of animations / idle.fbx. We copy paste for the two others. So we have angry gesture and standing greeting, but they have the same name. A good optimization for a project will be to blend all the animations into one FBX file, but here we are using multiple. So we will rename animations with double dot and add another name. So here it's idle, so idle animation. Here it's angry gesture, let's name it angry animation. And standing greeting, let's name it greeting animation. Okay. So let's look at what is an animation. If we do console.log idle animation, okay. We can see it's an array of animation clip. The first item, the item 0, it has a name mixamo.com. So all our animations have mixamo.com. We want to change it. So an easy solution is to do idle animation.0 .name equal idle. Then the angry animation will say angry. And then the greeting animation, greeting. Okay, Copilot, thank you. Then we will need to store a variable to know what animation we are currently playing. So const animation set animation equal use state, and we will take default idle. Now to be able to plug the animations from this to our model, we will need to use animations hook, which takes an array of animation. So we need to pass idle animation, but it's already an array and we want to pass it an array. We want the first animation from this array, then angry animation, the first one, and same for greeting animation. But if we had everything in one file, it would just be idle animation like this. Okay, so it takes another parameter parameter, which is the root. For this, we will need to store a group reference. So let's name it group, const group equal use reference. Okay, and then on our group, we add a reference group. And what use animations give us is the actions. Now we can use the classical use effect we do in all our tutorial. Use effect based on the animation we are currently playing. We do actions of animation dot reset dot fade in, so it blend smoothly go into that animation, the duration, and play. Then we return, so when animation changes, we call that function its actions dot from that animation and fade out. Now, if we look at our avatar, we can see it's in idle state. If we change the default one by angry, we can see our character is doing that angry gesture. Perfect. Now let's generate some audio files. So go to 11 Labs. I will put the link in the description and create an account. You will have some tokens that you can use for free to generate some files. Select one of the voice. You can pre-listen to
If you
them.
do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten.
You cannot find yourself by going into the past. You can find yourself by coming into the present.
Okay, maybe Arnold.
It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it.
So, okay, me, I will choose Arnold. Then you can write your text. I already wrote this one. And hit generate. So you can listen to it here.
Do you like pizzas? I mean, real pizzas with pepperoni, not the ones with pineapple. Who the hell eat Hawaiian pizza?
You can hear it's very realistic. It speaks better than me. And download the audio file here. I will prepare another one, so we have 2 audio files we can switch from one another. The one for the introduction. So, hi, I'm Wawa Sensei. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's learn how to add lip sync to our React 3 fiber project. Then hit generate.
Hi, I'm Wawa Sensei. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's learn how to add lip sync to our React 3 fiber projects.
Perfect, let's download it. Now we have our audio files. We will use that library named Rhubarb LipSync that will take the audio files and generate a JSON file that contains all the data for the lip sync. We'll go more into that later, but for now, just let's download it to be able to use it. Scroll down to this section, how to run it. Download the latest release. Then based on your operating system, me, I'm on macOS, so I click here. I downloaded it into my project. We do ls, go to Rhubarb LipSync macOS, we have it. We can also erase the zip. We need to put our files, audio files here in audio and drag and drop them. Okay, so I named them welcome.mp3 and pizzas. It's what we will use in the project. How does it work? Now you are in the folder, you can run /rhubarb. It's the name of the binary that will process our audio file. Then -f for the format. We want to generate a JSON to be able to use it easily in JavaScript. Then the name of the file. So it's public audios welcome.mp3 and -o for the output file, and we will name it which one? Welcome. So welcome.json. But we have an error because it doesn't support MP3, it supports either WAV or OGG. Go to convert.io, we will convert it from MP3 to OGG. Choose files and hit convert. Okay, so now I have the OGG file in audio. So instead of running on MP3, we will run it on the good extension. You can see it's currently processing the file. Now it says it's done. If we go into welcome.json, we have that file that has been generated. It contained the metadata, the sound file that was used, the duration, and something called mouth cues with a start and end duration, and the value of the mouth cue. So for the moment, you don't know what it is, but we will look at what it is later. Let's run it again for the pizza. So output is pizzas, and the file is also pizzas. Okay, it's done. I can take the file that has been generated and move them into audio. Now on the left, you can see we have the audio file here and then its corresponding JSON data file to know the lip sync we will play. Okay, before doing the lip sync, let's play our audio and prepare the project to be able to run it. So now yarn dev and go to the avatar. We'll be using Leva. We don't have it yet, so yarn add Leva to not have to create a UI for what we're going to create, as it's a development project. Okay, so const, we will have a play audio boolean and a script, which will be either pizza or welcome. We'll be using use controls from Leva. Play audio, it will be false by default. And then scripts, the value by default, it will be the welcome. And we will have two options, but if you want more file, you can of course add them. Welcome and pizzas. Now we load the audio file. So const audio, we will use memo, so we will be able to memorize it and not reload it at each render. So it will be new audio based on the path, so /audios /script.mp3, and it will change every time script changes. Okay, now we can do a use effect when play audio change. Maybe also the script if we want to change it. And if we play audio, we will play the audio file, or if we don't, we pause the audio. Let's also change the default animation to be idle. Now we have our project. Play
Hi,
audio.
I'm Wawa Sensei. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's learn how to add lip sync to our React 3 fiber projects.
So it's working. We need to add the lip sync. Before loading the JSON data and synchronizing our lips with what is heard, let's have a look at how we can move the lips with code. So we will use something called Morph Targets. If we scroll into our mesh, you can go and see on head and teeth, there is Morph Target dictionary with the dictionary, which are what Morph Target we can impact, and the influences. So we tell which one we want to impact and what is the value of the Morph Target. Don't worry if you don't understand yet, we will play with it to understand how it works. Let's add a use effect based on nothing for the moment. And what we will do is we will just log the Morph Target dictionary. If we look at the console log, we have only two Morph Targets, which are mouth open and mouth smile. So those are the values we can impact. Let's take here Morph Target influences. We will do nodes.wolf3dhead.morph target influences of the dictionary, and the value we've seen it's mouth smile. Okay, let's use this one, mouth smile, and we'll set it to 1. Now our character is creepy smiling, but it shows that we can impact his face based on those values. Currently, we only have mouth smile and mouth open, which is not enough to enable lip sync. When I prepared this course, I was a bit surprised because I saw only mouth smile and mouth open. And when you look at the documentation of Ready Player Me, they say they are Oculus over lip sync compatible, which means they support all those Visemes and also those additional blend shapes. But it was not in the model. So what I saw going more deeply into the documentation is that they have get 3D avatar, and you can add some parameters to have maybe a better quality of the model, the GLB file you generate. but also for morph targets, comma separated list of individual morph targets. If we scroll down, we can find morph targets. And here you have the different options available. And the one we want is Oculus Visemes. So they have an example, but we don't need it. We will just copy morph targets and Oculus Visemes. Okay, if we go back here to download, we can do copy avatar link. So here how it works. We have our avatar, question mark, morph targets equal Oculus Visemes. We wait a bit and it generates our GLB file. Don't worry, we can use it. So just replace it in your public and models. Now it's the updated version. Now if we have a look at the current morph targets, we have all the Visem from Oculus. I didn't add the mouse smile, but you could add both. To understand what it is, copy Visem O, for example. Now in this morph target, we will set Visem O to 1. And now if we look at our character, it's doing a very pretty nice face. It's a bit buggy because we need also to impact the teeth. So let's go back to the code and it's teeth. So we can duplicate it. What is this shortcut? I don't know. So copy, paste, and impact the teeth. Okay. And now what you see is a very good looking face of a O. So when it will speak and has to say O, it will be this face. Now let's load the JSON file and try to sync the audio file with the data we have from the JSON to do the lip sync. Const JSON file will be use loader from React 3 Fiber. We need to pass what loader we want to use. It will be 3.fileLoader. And the path is audio script.json. Then we want the JSON from the string. So lip sync is equal to json.parse from JSON file. Okay, now we will add a use frame. So our code is called at every frame. What we will do is we will get the current time. So current audio time is equal to audio.currentTime. Then we will go into all the data we have in the JSON file. A quick reminder, it's mouth cues, it's an array of value that we will need to animate the mouth with. So we copy mouth cues, and it will be for let e equals 0, e is below lipsync.mouthcues.length I++. So our mouth cue is equal to lipsync of mouth cues of I. Then we will try to see if we are with the current one. So if our current audio time is over mouth cue, I name it mouth cue, so mouth cue.start, because again it has, where is it? Here, it has a start and end value. So if it's over or equal to the start and below or equal to the end. Then we can just try to log a mouth cue and the data is named value. Okay, by the way, we need to import 3 to be able to load 3.file folder. Here, import 3 from 3. Okay, so now if we do nothing, we have X, but if we play the audio.
Hi, I'm Wawa Sensei. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's learn how to add lip sync to our React 3 Fiber projects.
You can see we had different values that we don't know what it corresponds to because our Visem are those sounds. It's understandable. Like E is E, so your mouse is doing E. I is I, so it's corresponding to real sound and it generates the mouse shape accordingly. But on a Rhubarb library, it's a bit different. If we go back to Rhubarb library, we scroll, and there is this beautiful section. It explains for each letter. So for A, It's closed mouth for the P, B, and M. So so it's closed and a bit pinched, and it's explanation for each of them. So D is vowels like AA, so it's A, so mouth is open. So I used this and created an array, a dictionary for the corresponding letter in Rhubarb library and the corresponding Viseme on Oculus LipSync way of working. So here is what I ended with. So A correspond to PP, KK, and okay. Maybe it's not perfect. So if you want to try to fine tune it and find a better combination, tell me and I will be highly grateful to you. Now we have it. We know how to play with our morph target. We just need to play the correct one. So we go back to our use frame. First thing we want to do is to reset it before setting a new one, so we don't play 5 sounds at the same time with our mouth. So let's iterate through each key of corresponding array. So object.values of corresponding, and for on each value, we will run the following code. So we had, don't delete it? The use effect, no, it's here. Okay, so we can take it. Remove it, by the way, we don't need it. Go to our use frame, and on the value, so here, it's corresponding value. Oh no, it's already the right one. So here, we will reset to 0. And then, so this is the reset. We copy it here on MouthQ value. We will play it if it's the correct one. But here it's not on value, we don't have it. It's on corresponding of MouthQ.value. So we get the Oculus version from the Rhubarb one. Here and here. Okay, here we need to set it to 1. And maybe once we find one, we don't need to loop through all of them. So we can add a break in our for loop. So now we have X because it's doing nothing and X is a closed mouth. Let's hit play.
Hi, I'm Wawa Sensei. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's learn how to add lip sync to our React 3 fiber projects.
So we have that nice animation when our character is playing. Let's switch to pizzas and try play audio.
Do you like pizzas? I mean, real pizzas with pepperoni, not the ones with pineapple. Who the hell eat Hawaiian pizza?
I don't know what you think, but I feel it's pretty convincing. Let's do some polish. Maybe we can play the animation we prepared when we are starting a new audio. Where is our use effect based on the audio? Here. So if the audio, if the script is welcome, we can set animation to greeting. Else we can set animation to angry. If we stop it, we can set animation back to idle. We can also add a check in our use frame. Here, if if audio is paused, so if it's stopped. Or ended. Then we can play back, set animation to idle, so it goes back to the default state. Now we can try it and see what we have.
Do you like pizzas? I mean, real pizzas with pepperoni, not the ones with pineapple. Who the hell eat Hawaiian pizza?
Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, please hit the like button to help the channel be more visible to other developers. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss the upcoming tutorials. If you still have some energy to continue your learning journey, I recommend you watch this video here.